Hey everyone, it's Lori, the Three Keys Astrology, and I had to pop on really quick today to talk to you about something. I think you're really gonna be glad that I told you all of this. Forgive my hair. I may or may not have just washed it, but like boobs, we're never satisfied with the hair that we get. It's either too much or not enough, and it doesn't do what we want. So I'm having that kind of a day. But I'm really excited to talk to you about Mars. If you've been with me for a little while, all of my predictions in 2018 had a lot to do with the fact that Mars was closer to planet Earth than it's been ever. And if you review that year, it was the world on fire. We had fires, tragic fires, because its heat was so close. We didn't have much of a winter either. And then, if you've been with me only since last year when the channel started, we're a year old this month, you know that all of my videos always talked about Mars and that cardinal cross. And he was a catalyst. From last fall, well, for those of you that knew me on social media, until the YouTube channel was created, you'd hear me tell you, he's getting ready, he's taking center stage, watch out, here he comes in July, watch out, he's up to no good in the fall. And so I hope that you're going to appreciate what I'm about to tell you. So, you know that Taurus is a sign of the bull, and yours truly is a double Taurus. So listen closely. If any of your three keys, your sun, your moon, and your rising sign, are in Taurus. But it's equally important because if you watched the two newest videos, or you peeped in last summer when I gave a forecast and a peek into 2021, in very astrological terms, by the way. So for those of you that are newbies, you might not enjoy that video, but those of you that are progressing and learning, you'll love that video. It's called A Peek into 2021. And in that, I mentioned what I'm going to go a little deeper into today. So, most importantly, and you're in the corral, baby, if you're a Taurus, and it's a bullfight. When we think about the massive strength of a bull, we can't help but be a little bit scared. And yet, we're awed because there's such a beauty in a bull. Their mass and their strength just pulsates out of their bodies. They're beautiful. Their fur is so sleek, but the strength is palpable in a bull. So it is a people made of the nature Taurus. So not only is it really important if you input your three keys Taurus, but this is something happening for everybody, all signs. It's most definitely going to disrupt Taurus and Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius. I'm offering a little reading, and I'll talk more about it as we go along, but all you have to do when you go to my website to order your reading is, in the form that you're inputting, say, I want the Mars, Uranus, Pluto reading, Lori, and I'm with you. I'm on it. I may go set a tab for that on the website. I'm thinking about how to do this. But for sure, like DM me or tell me in our group on Facebook if this is something you're interested in. So, input your three keys if you are Taurus, for sure. But input your three keys if you're Scorpio, and input your three keys if you're Leo, and input your three keys if you're Aquarius, because we are the fixed cross that I talk about in this coming 2021. And so, indirectly, Leo is what's our heart. It's how we shine. So, not until next summer mid, yeah, around, yeah, after the solstice. Will Leo be as integral as it is? I mean, more prominent, I should say. Anyway, think about Mars. So, as I said, and if you've been with me, and all you have to do is go Google around all the things that happened in 2018. It's a year we'll never forget, not unlike 2020. And Mars was playing really big roles in that. So Mars is racing in, and in Taurus, marching with a vengeance. In Taurus, stomping. In Aries, it's his nature to rush, to hurry. In Taurus, to plow through things. So because Taurus is a sign of the bull, what's going to happen to us? Mars has been a little hungover these holidays. He likes to celebrate. He's always up for a good time. He's the first one there, actually. He likes to throw a party. He's a flamethrower. He's pretty exciting, just like our friends, Aries. Now he starts to get passive aggressive in Scorpio, and he's really passive aggressive in Capricorn, and he's really Scrooge-like in Capricorn. But those three signs are directly connected to Mars. Aries is also Aries also has a connection to Pluto. So Aries people, of all the people, if any of your three keys in Aries, are the biggest murderers on the planet. Sorry to tell you. They maim and hurt others like they've made big history. So that's something to keep in mind in the back of your mind as we talk about what I'm going to talk about today. So while Mars is hungover, and because all he did is celebrate Christmas and all the great destruction of fun he had with himself in 2020, I mean, he's got a case of Fireball and all of his friends are over and they are partying on. But on January 7th, he gets up and he goes over to the phone and he rings up Uranus. Uranus is in Taurus. And he's tweaking his electric chair. He's soldering, and he's got a flamethrower out, and he's torching the thing, and he's screwing this in and fixing that, and seeing how many volts it can light up, and he's amping up the voltage on his electric chair when the phone rings, and it's Mars, and he says, "I'm coming over. Pour me a glass of Fireball." And Uranus says, "I'm on it," because Uranus is always on it. Pretty soon the door knocks, and it's Pluto coming in. Because on the way over to Uranus' house in Taurus, he picks up Pluto. And we know a lot about Pluto, don't we? I've talked a lot about him. There's a video on the channel. He's about mastery, ultimately. But he's very destructive. And he's very intense. And he's the ruler of the underworld. And he is one destructive mofo. So, if you are new to the channel and you want to go take a peek, I have a video called The Tale of Two Scorpios and another about Pluto and Scorpio that'll help you get up to snuff. And if you want more information about Mars and his shenanigans 2020, I have 5 Mars videos on the channel that'll get you going. So don't forget, after I tell you what's going to go on, and by the way, that phone call, Mars to Uranus, happened on January 7th, or will be happening, I should say, because I'm making this video at the very end of December. So, I mean, from what I've told you so far, you can look at these 3 characters and clearly see that they're up to no good. And you can clearly see they're kind of like 3 mobsters. And in my background, you can see fire. And that's because these planets have fire attached to their qualities strongly. So their inherent nature is Pluto, ruler of the underworld, hell's full of fire because he's burning off sin. Uranus is that lightning bolt strike of wake the F up because he wants to shock you back to reality and say, listen, I don't put up with anything except the truth. And nothing but the truth is good enough. Now Jupiter and Saturn are having that part of that story too, and if you viewed the 2 videos I just made for you recently about January the monthly and about Santa, Scrooge, and Bridges, you kept hearing that theme of what Jupiter's goal is. Each Uranus and Jupiter have a big, strong attraction to the truth and morality. Taurus likes that too. We're ruled by Venus, so we want the best, and our ideals are high. And we don't want friends that gossip and cheat and steal our ideas and try to copy us. And I mean, we're just not going to put up with it. We want fidelity in all of our relationships, from our financial situations to our families, and of course, sexually. Taurus is very sexual, very fertile, very passionate, and Venus ruled. And Venus is a goddess of love, of money, of wealth, of prosperity. And she wants the finest in the quality of the people for whom she associates. So Mars, Pluto, and Uranus are coming along because nothing but the best of fidelity is good enough. So everybody on watching this channel all over the world, no matter what your sign is, your money houses are Taurus. Your self-worth is Taurus. Your deep sexual needs, fidelities, and intimacy is all Scorpio Taurus. That's the matter. So on January the 7th, they rush over and load up their truck. They have a tanker full of gasoline. They've got all kinds of blowtorches. Uranus throws his electric chairs in, and Mars runs to the farm and lets out a whole herd of bulls. They're coming along. And that's what's going to go on for us starting January 7th. This is going to go on until March the 4th, and it's going to get really hot. The last 2 weeks of February into the beginning of March because of these guys. So if you like riding lightning bolts, and a lot of Uranian people do, if you love to ride the bull, you're in for an exciting time. What do I want to say? Yeah, and if you like it that much, I highly suggest you buy yourselves a mechanical bull and have at it, because that's what your life's going to feel like for a while. If you're any of those signs in the fixed realm of Leo and Aquarius, of Taurus and Scorpio. So I want you to think, to get you ready for this explosive, exciting, and a time of detonation in your personal life. Because money and sex are really personal. And who we relate to is really personal. So I need you to check in with yourself and think about your fiery temper. What throws you into a rage? You gotta know it. And you gotta be ready to do something about it before these guys come. Because it's gonna be outrageous what they do. And we're gonna see it on the news. Mark my words. But you're gonna see it, more importantly, in your personal life. Because all of us live and put up with bull. And that can't be anymore when Mars, Uranus, and Pluto come calling. They're just not going to tolerate it. And neither will you. So I want you to ask yourself, what ignites my rage? What really pisses me off? After 2020, after 2018, since 2008, we, the people, have been riding an awful lot of bull in our lives, haven't we? We've seen it. Our news looks like the damn rodeo. And we're getting the scraps. And that pisses us off. And because Aquarius is in this combination of fixed signs, it's we the people. But Mars going into Taurus, believe me when I tell you, it's really personal. So we're talking about they're coming to your house in Taurus. As your personal astrologer, in that reading, I'll tell you exactly how that's going to play out. So you've got to figure out what really infuriates me, what pisses me off to no end, what makes me lose control. You got to know what that is. And then I want you, because it's time to hop into that bridge of 2020 to 21, take a look at the bull in your life. I mean, picture him. I'm a writer, and my favorite words are adjectives. So take a look and draw a picture of your bull. What kind of bull do you have at your house? What kind of bull do you have on the job? What kind of bull is there going on in your community, in your country, in your state, in your city, in your village? I want you to define your bull. Draw them, paint them, sketch them. Post them in our group. I'd like to see your bull. And then I want you to think about how long you've been riding that bull. Some of us put up with things for an awful long time, decades. And we wasted our lives, and we can't get that time back. Saturn and Jupiter calling that to the fore as we carry on. And so, name your bull. Is it that you're putting up with infidelity? Is it that you're always last in line in the family dynamic? Is it that you're working as much as your fellow workers, but the men are getting more money than you are? Is it that you're in a job with a ruthless boss for whom your profits, your attachment to the company is building huge profit, but all you get is bull? Think about it. Do you live in a home that's constantly invaded or intruded upon by your landlord or a friend that enjoys disrupting your privacy? Do you ride that kind of bull? Do you put up with people that call you up all the time to cry on your shoulder and tell you all their problems, but they don't once ask you how you're doing? Do you ride that bull? Do you give and give and give in your relationship and get nothing back? Are you a YouTuber and all of these people parasite onto your ideas and never show their appreciation? You have a Facebook group where hundreds of people come strolling by and scrolling by without a kind comment or a thank you. Do you put up with that kind of bull? Do you give more than you receive? Because it's Taurus and Scorpio are about reciprocity. And good, healthy relationships that don't have any bull going on are very dynamic in that beautiful infinity symbol of giving and taking. So, are you riding that kind of bull? Are you living with an alcoholic or a drug addict or a gambler, and your life's constantly a roller coaster, and you constantly have to lie to everybody and everybody that you owe because you're living on a pile of bullshit? So, look at your bull last year. Have a good look at your bull month to month. And then, more importantly, how long have you been riding that bull? Because, by the way, you got some bullshit on your shoes. You got it all over your hands. It's on your face. So go wash up quick before 2021 gets here. I don't want you to be involved with that anymore. It's no way to live. Before you go charging too far into 2021, just saying, time to get rid of the bull. So, Mars, Uranus, and Pluto have in their arsenal, it's very fiery, it's very hot, all kinds of dynamite, bombs. They've got lots of matches and torches and fire starting tools. That soldering gun, Uranus keeps it on his hip belt because and they're going to go blow out power. They're going to cause a lot of electrical power shortages, I'm telling you right now. That's one of their games. And in disconnecting you, or if you've been riding the bull and somebody's been keeping you out of the party or saving you for last or giving you nothing but, you know what I mean. Anyway, you better hang on for your life because these herd of bulls that they're bringing with them are charging right at your Taurus house. So, with a couple of cases of Fireball liquor these guys are on, which is also very flammable. And I want you to really think about how your 3 keys are going to be affected. Your daily life, your everyday life, what you value, your money, your intimate relationships, and whether you feel like you're on a mechanical bull with your brains being slammed all over the place every day and every day and every day. Well, how long have you been living like that? How long have you been putting up with bull? Because it's going to get pretty hot. I can tell you that right now. And you'll get explicit details in the reading when you order that Mars, Uranus, Pluto reading. So make sure you say that and put your details, birth time, birth city, and birthplace, and I'll give you the lowdown. So if I were you, I would not be sleeping. I wouldn't be hiding my face. I would be at my physical best and on top of it and in the know, because, and I would be raising my standards very high, like Taurus, a Venus in Taurus does. She doesn't tolerate bull. And if you don't listen to what I'm saying, you'll be shoveling a lot of bullshit through 2021. I guarantee you. So forgive my foul mouth today. I really wanted to drive this home and make a point because it's going to be hot. And I just want you to know that the purpose of these three malefics are always to strip you down to your pure essence so that you can live your best. Like I said to you in the video Jolted by Uranus, Uranus wants nothing but the pure, unadulterated truth of who you are in your spirit and your soul. And that is never compromised. It's mankind who allows himself to be compromised on planet Earth by people who have ill intentions. And so that's going to be big questions for you. What they're going to come along to bomb out, just like the fires of hell purify you to burn off sin, what they're coming to bomb out is domestic violence, corrupt others, no matter where. Criminals are going to be falling, and they need to. But if you're engaging in any kind of criminal behavior, you're part of the problem. And you're going to be riding a lot of bull and shoveling a lot of bullshit. Because you're going to have to lie about what you were doing and who you were with and where you are because you're not telling the truth. Uranus is going to put you in the electric chair and amp up the volts when he plugs that sucker in. And he's going to whip his lightning bolts at your lies and your bullshit. I guarantee you. So, this is about sexual indiscretions. And this is about any kind of corruption of the body. You imbibing your drugs, you sneaking and selling drugs, and making other people sick and ill of health. So for those of you that, we've got to think, if your bull is mature and he's lived a nice clean life, he's going to be in a sweet field of flowers with his favorite cow. And for those of you that live like this, where life now is nothing but sweet clover and contentment, that's very Taurus, that's very Venus. What's going to happen when he comes along in your life is the fires of passion will be reignited, and you'll fall more deeply in love, and you'll have great times. So guys, the rodeo's starting on January 7th, and you've been warned. So this is me, Lori, Three Keys Astrology, telling you not to be scared. Like I said, when you think about the essence of a bull, we can't help but get a little bit afraid. I would never go to a bullfight. That kind of gore appalls me. But that feeling in your belly, a little bit of trepidation, a lot bit of excitement. And bulls do what bulls do. They charge. So, and in saying that, I want you to remember when you start getting readings about the members of your family or your coworkers or the person you're maybe going to get engaged to, or maybe you've been proposed to and you really need to know, get readings. Astrology has so many answers. It's the way of the future. Astrology is Uranian because it's that bolt of insight that comes to us that practice it, honor it, respect it, and understand it. It's higher knowledge, it's insight, seeing beyond the veil, it's purification of the truth. So what I was saying is that when you know the three keys or you know this kind of information, why, and the reason it's a privilege for you to be in your astrology groups and with your spiritual helpers and earth angels, don't ever forget to show your appreciation. The more you do that, the bigger your aura grows. And I just want all of you to be living in sweet clovers. You deserve a good life. You only get one. And it's really, really important. So I gave you those 3 keys for a reason. These 3 keys unlock doors. These 3 keys each equal knowledge, high truth, wisdom from the stars, from the universe. And, you know, I don't want you to be living a life like you're at the rodeo or you're the matador getting gored. Some of you do that. Cut it out. So if you're part of my group, we're up. We're going into 2021 excited. And I want Mars, Pluto, and Uranus to come into your life to only light up the passion in your lives. Not anything destructive. But if you've been behaving destructively or settling for piles of bullshit where all you're doing every day is shoveling shit, it's gonna splatter. So you guys take care. These planets are here to help us. Your astrologers are here to help you. And again, I apologize for the body verbiage that are going to help describe kind of like what this is. So again, Mars has been drunk and partying, and he's got a hangover. He's going to get up in the morning on January the 7th, and he's coming to your house, Taurus, and he's going to stay there until March the 4th. So I hope you live in truth. I hope you don't deny yourself. I hope you expect the best. And I leave you all with my good luck and my happy New Year's to you. Bye for now. Talk to you soon.